Let's go, Dodgers. Let's go. Let's go, Dodgers. Let's go. Hey, everybody, this is Mike Nelson of Dodgers Digest. As you can see, I am pumped up after tonight's W against Atlanta Braves. I'm here to tell you this year is going to be different for our Dodgers. And I'm going to tell you why in this video. But before that, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I want to thank the almost 13% that have already subscribed to the channel, the ones that are watching these videos. But 86% you have not hit that subscribe button yet. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any big Dodgers news. Just get, of course, right into it. The Dodgers defeated the Atlanta Braves. That's right, 9-2. A massive comeback win for the Dodgers. The Dodgers, of course, lost the first two games of this series. And going into this game, there was a lot of pressure on the team, knowing that San Diego had defeated the Giants, actually swept the Giants over the weekend. And, of course, the D-backs had come back to win against the Brewers as well this afternoon. Both of those teams won in extra innings today. Both of those games ended basically just as the Dodgers were kicking off their Sunday night game against the Atlanta Braves. And it was a difficult start, to say the least, for the Dodgers, falling down 2-0 early in this game. But today, the Dodgers were helped out by Walker Buehler. Walker Buehler pitched his best game of the season. Just absolutely was out there. Pitched 6 innings, had a rough second and third inning. The third inning could have been disastrous. Was able to get through it, only giving up, of course, 2 runs, which was obviously paramount for the Dodgers to help them win this game. He narrowly almost gave up a grand slam there on a deep fly ball there with 2 outs in the third inning. Had 5 walks in this game, but had 5 strikeouts, but only gave up 3 hits. And of course was only charged with 1 run, because of course you got to remember there was an error in that inning. But Walker Buehler pitched by far his best game of the season, and this is the first time in a long time the Dodgers have gotten a formidable, starting pitching performance, right? I've talked about this before. The Dodgers have really struggled to find, starting pitching that was going to work, that worked for them in the last few days. They haven't had it. They've had some really bad starting pitching, and that has put them in a bad position, losing the first 2 games of the series against the Braves. And then even going back to the series against the Cubs, they really didn't have good starting pitching in those games. But today, they were able to get that from Walker Buehler, and look at the results. This is exactly what the Dodgers need. The Dodgers need a pitcher that can get them through 5-6 innings, although you're going to face some trouble like every pitcher does in a playoff situation. You have to find a way to get through it, and that's exactly what Walker Buehler did today. So you have to commend him for that. Although he was shaky at times, was definitely wild in that third inning, walking 3 batters. In the end, he was able to get through it. And that's what you have to have in these pressure situations. You have to have starting pitchers that can get through it. And Walker Buehler, we are pumped. Good job, Walker. Today was all about you. I know the offense is going to get a lot of credit today, but Walker Buehler deserves definitely some credit in today's win. And another pitcher on this team also deserves some credit. Michael Kopech. That's right. The guy ran into some trouble in the 8th inning with the game tied up 2-2. And as we know, the Braves had second and third with nobody out, and Michael Kopech was able to get through it. And you knew when the Braves didn't score, you knew it. At least I did. When you saw the Braves have second and third with nobody out and not find a way to get any runs through, you knew the Dodgers were going to take this game, because you just knew it. Michael Kopech, the guy has been, very good for the Dodgers. Kind of has struggled a little bit as of late, but today ran into some trouble, but got through it, and you have to commend for that. Wow, what a performance in that 8th inning from the Dodgers reliever to keep the game tied. In the 9th inning, what can I say? The best offense ever. I mean, this team is just wow. I mean, Shohei Ohtani was great, as we know. Got a couple RBI doubles today. Clutch hits. Tied up the game, as we know, in the 7th inning. Another 7th inning that was clutch when Dylan Lee of the Braves, had that pitching clock violation. that kind of extended the inning. Andy Pajes gets a big hit, and then that brings up Shohei Ohtani. Andy Pajes, who great decision by Roberts to later insert him in this game. That was a very good decision. Of course, inserting him for Kevin Kiermaier, who has really struggled at the plate, hitting under 200 this season. Bringing Pajes in the game, extends the inning, and Ohtani steps up, gets a base hit, gets an RBI double, and ties up this game. But in the ninth inning, the offense just exploded. Ohtani was intentionally walked, but Mookie Betts came up there and got the winning hit to give the Dodgers a 3-2 lead. And then from there, it was just a cascade of runs. Freddie Freeman stepped up, knocked in a run. Then we saw, of course, Teoscar Hernández get a 2-run shot. Tommy Edman, Max Muncy, look at that. 3 straight home runs. That's exactly what the Dodgers did there in that ninth inning. And ends up, just a crushing defeat for the Atlanta Braves. A 7-run ninth inning. It just doesn't get better than that. A comeback win. And wow, this year, you got to be excited about this team. You have to be. At least I am. Because this team is different than the other Dodger teams. This team just has a different mindset about them. There's a lot of players on this team, and it doesn't hurt to have the best player in baseball in Shohei Ohtani, who, has struggled at the plate as of late, but today he was able to get through his struggles and knocked in a couple big runs, and that's exactly what you need from your star players. You need them to get through the bad moments and still find a way to help your team, and that's what Shohei Ohtani is doing right now. And Freddie Freeman, who has been cold at the plate, well, today he came up big in the ninth inning to extend that inning and, of course, knock in a run. And that ended up setting up, more runs for the Dodgers. Just an absolutely massive win, to say the least, for this team. Because the Dodgers have been, they've been struggling as of late. They definitely have been struggling. They're a team that has, going into this game, they lost 4 out of the last 5 games. And like I mentioned at the top of the video, knowing San Diego and Arizona had won, it was paramount for them to find a way to get a W today. And that's exactly what they did. Found a way to win on the road in a hostile environment in Atlanta. And Atlanta has the best pitching in the National League, and the Dodgers still found a way to score 9 runs. It just shows you what a great team the Dodgers are when it comes to the offense. And if they can get the starting pitching figured out, there is nobody in Major League Baseball that could beat this team. If the Dodgers can get elite starting pitching from somebody, Walker Buehler, Jack Flaherty, Yamamoto, one of those 3 guys, they can get elite pitching from those pitchers, there is nobody that could beat this team because they had the best offense in baseball and probably one of the best offenses, the best offense in modern baseball history. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and let's go Dodgers! Woo!